Hi, this is Thresden, and this is part 45 of an Elder Scrolls Online Greymoor Edition walkthrough. When we last left off, we were actually in Solitude. I came here to do a sound test so I could find some mobs to kill. So let me get back to Solitude, actually. So we had just turned in 2 daily quests, and we were about to pick up some new ones before we go out adventuring again, trying to clear the map.
The Swords of Solitude are short on volunteers and full on trouble. There's honest gold aplenty if you've got enough spine for the verb.
Anything interesting for me today?
Only if you're interested in nightmares. If High Priest Ingot didn't assure me that this is no joke and dropped a bag of gold in my hands, I'd say I was being made a fool of. I'm told people are being dragged underground for a vampire feast.
You need them rescued?
That's unlikely. The High Priest provided us this relic of Arche to perform funeral rites on the victims, for the sake of their souls and to drive out any lingering risk of undeath. Cleanse the bodies and kill the vampires. Priest Torbjorn can tell you more.
Wow, is that bad? We're not even gonna... She's just assuming that they're dead. I'll destroy these vampires and perform the funeral rites on their victims.
Be quick and be victorious. The Swords of Solitude's reputation demands it.
Who is Priest Torbjorn?
I don't know him personally, but High Priest Ingot vouches for him. He's a member of Arche's clergy, who left on some sort of expedition. I don't know more than that, really. If you have doubts, which you should, I'd speak to him before you leave.
Tell me about this group you represent.
The Swords of Solitude Militia. Oldest volunteer army in the hold. We've defended the people of Western Skyrim for generations. The High King's soldiers cannot respond to every petition for assistance, so we lend our aid to those willing to pay.
Okay, we've actually already heard this dialogue earlier, so I'm just gonna stop it there.
The coterie of organized scholars has need of individuals with a fondness for practical research and very few personal connections, and a sense of adventure, of course. Can I count on you?
Let me hear the details.
One of the coterie scholars has an obsession with the mysteries of Dwemer mechanisms, specifically the effects of harmonics upon soul-powered automatons. Sounds like a novel, doesn't it? Investigate a veil and the mysteries of Dwemer mechanisms.
So what do you need from me?
We need someone to test the scholar's dissonance apparatus on some Dwemer constructs, as well as locate one of their heart cogs. The Dwemer ruin affectionately referred to as the scraps should be an ideal location. I'll mark it on your map.
I'll test out the device and return with a heart cog.
The coterie's work can be dangerous, but such is the price of enlightenment. Just think of the work that your findings might inspire. Speaking of, if you haven't, you should speak with the author of the study straight away.
What exactly is a dissonance apparatus?
Oh, I haven't the faintest idea. That's the best part. Whatever your findings are, it'll all be uncharted territory for me. I could use more interesting reading material while I'm out here looking for quality research assistance.
Alright, so that's enough of that. Let's go talk to these NPCs and then we'll head on out.
That's the Anointed Relic, given to the Swords of Solitude, is it not? You have my blessings. May Arche defend you from those vampires and smite them to dust.
Tell me what you know about these vampires.
These aren't vampires of the sort that trouble most holds. These are horrid creatures vomited up from Blackreach. Some are shriveled, beastly things. Others are hulking monsters, unrecognizable as man or mer. They are numerous and terrible.
How do you know they're from Blackreach?
I made the mistake of venturing there as chaplain to a mining company. They found that dank, dark place and settled. But I had to leave after what I witnessed down there. Someone has to stop these vampires' slaughter.
How do I make use of this anointed relic?
Oh, that at least will be simple. Simply hold it before the fallen victims and pray for Arche to deliver them from evil. It will consecrate the remains and release any lingering spirits from this world.
I can handle that. And then I've still got this one. Wait, that's the one we just took. So who do I need to speak to for this? Somebody in the Bard's College again, maybe?
Ice heels walking the streets of solitude? What's our hold coming to?
Ah, my new assistant, I presume. I look forward to any valid test results you might be able to produce. When you use the Dissonance apparatus, do exercise caution. It required a significant fiscal investment to create.
Tell me more about your experiment.
You are a curious one, are you? Where to begin? I assume you're familiar with Secundus Antiliax Pomo's work, the harmonics of motivational force as applied to post-Dwemer animunculi.
Not really.
I envy you. I spent 2 years of my life analyzing that dreadful tome, but as I deconstructed that work, I had an epiphany. Why not invert Pomo's premise? Could a harmonic device usurp a Dwemer construct's motive abilities?
Is that what your dissonance apparatus is supposed to do?
How astute. Yes, theoretically. It should completely override a Dwemer's construct's ability to move. You will need to verify this and take note of the effect, of course.
And what about the heart cog?
Pomo went on endlessly about the role of the heart cog within the motivational system of a Dwemer construct. I'm skeptical that it's as vital to the process of harmonic locomotion as he claims, and frankly, I'd love to discredit the old fossil.
I'll do my best.
I will await your findings with bated breath.
How do I operate the dissonance apparatus?
I constructed it for use by those with limited technical expertise. The process is as follows. Locate an active construct, attract its attention, point the device at the construct, and pull the small lever on the side.
What if it doesn't work?
Then I suggest you run. Though if you fail to return, I suppose I can intuit the test results myself.
Okay. Sounds like a typical dangerous mission. The kind we like to do. Alright, now let me see what the zone guide brings up. Okay, so we've got to get these lifts. We've got a few sort of landmarks to pick up. So we're going to need to go to Morthal Way Shrine next.
Ice heels walking the streets of solitude? What's our hold coming to?
Quiet you. Princess Svanna and her allies saved us all. And one of them was an eastern half-giant.
Let's see if I can get through here without having to swim. It looks like a cold day, cold, dark day. It's actually nighttime right now. So, I don't want to jump into cold water. Oh, look at this. We got another quest. This is a quest that's not associated with a point of interest.
Thing. I should have never come out here alone.
Alright, I'm gonna go grab this way shrine, come back, and then pick up that quest. Ah, how do I get there? Oh, just go straight over. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this set station too. Hopefully I can figure out where that quest is. Hunter's House. This is the Stuhn's Favor set. And of course I have none of the set weapons. Okay, that's fine. Alright, now that quest was right beside this lift over here. I think I have to pass through it. Keep going. Here it comes.
Oh, hello. Please don't laugh. I'm having a terrible time, and this cart isn't even the half of it. Though you look rather experienced. Maybe it's fortuitous that you came along. You might be just the right person to help me.
Help in what way?
You've heard about dragon mounds, right? They're ancient dragon burial sites. Centuries old. The Dragon War, the Dragon Cult. I'm over-explaining. The job is simple. I just need some charcoal rubbings from those mounds.
If that's all, why not get them yourself?
I intended to. I hired this cart and everything. But as you can see, that didn't work out.
Yeah, I see that.
Maybe I was foolish to try and do this on my own. I don't have a lot of field experience. Almost none. But you could handle this, right? I'll pay you.
Sounds good. I like getting paid. All right, I'll get those rubbings for you.
Thank you for helping. It's a big relief. I need rubbings from 2 dragon mounds. One south of here, and another off to the east. I'm particularly interested in any symbols that look like dragons, but anything you find will help.
What can you tell me about the dragon cult?
Oh, you should read Historia Draconis.
Oh boy.
The writer was an eyewitness. Very briefly, in ancient times, dragon priests and the dragons ruled over the Nords. More like slaves, really. Unless you joined the dragon cult.
Yeah, thank you for being brief. And there was a war?
Right. The Nords revolted. A few dragons even fought against their own kind. The texts say thousands on thousands of Nords died, but I think that's exaggerated. Eventually, they defeated the dragon priests and their dragons.
What happened to the dragon cult?
We're still sorting that out. The Historia claims the Nords killed them all, but it's biased. Some scholars think the cultists sacrificed themselves to become Draugr. That way they could protect the dragons and priests buried in the mounds.
Why these particular dragon mounds?
Oh, that's easy. Most of the burial sites are still buried and therefore inaccessible. These 2 happen to be at the surface and may have the rubbings I need. If my research is correct, of course. There's more, but let's start with this, at least.
Is there any danger at these dragon mounds?
I really don't know. I've never really done research in the field before. I plan to go in armed to the teeth, just in case. A lot of good that did me. I bought all this adventuring gear and have nothing to show for it.
Alright. I just realized we still have no buff food. I ran out of buff food in the previous episode, and I never did get some more buff food. I got a daily reward, or I had some buff food from a daily reward on another character, which I transferred to my bank, but I never picked it up on this character. So after I finish this quest, I'm gonna have to go back and get it. I think we'll be okay. This shouldn't be too tough of a quest. Look at Solitude from this vantage point. It always looks amazing up on the mountain like that, with all that fog around it. Rubbing of Eastern Mound Relief. A rubbing of a stone relief found at the Eastern Burial Mound. I guess now we need to go to the Western Burial Mound. Right? Western? Southern, okay. Wow, this is way down here. I was expecting it to be closer. Here we go, we're finally here. Rubbing of a Southern Mound Relief. Talk to Yvara. Right, where's Yvara?
You're back! I'm so glad to see you. I hope it wasn't too dangerous. I feel like I should have gone with you, but I probably would have slowed you down. Oh, the rubbings! Did you get them?
Yes, I have them.
How exciting! I can't believe I get to examine these myself. Fieldwork is wonderful. Now, I just have to hope they confirm my theory.
What's your theory?
Well, the glyphs here are definitely Merethic era, with Nord inclusions that have... Sorry, I'll skip all that. These symbols resemble those on dragon cult tablets. I think they're charms that speed up the release of the dragons from their mounds.
You think the dragons buried there may wake up?
Well, something like that. It happened in Elsewhere, didn't it? Now that I have these, there's one final mound to investigate. I have to physically go there this time. Would you still be willing to help me? I'm not sure I can do this alone.
Sure, what do we need to do?
There's a dragon mound farther down the road. A big one. When I first entertained this theory, I made a warding spell. One that should seal whatever's inside permanently. It's difficult to cast, however. I need someone to watch my back.
Why didn't you tell me your plan earlier?
I wasn't sure about this last part. I needed the rubbings to know. Besides, if I said I needed you to maybe help me cast a spell to seal up a dead dragon, you'd think that was ridiculous. Everyone else does, especially my mentors.
Are you sure you need to do this?
Sure? No. But what if I'm right? I know it's all untested theory, but if the alternative is a dragon waking up, then I think I should try. I've seen all the reports of the slaughter in Elsewhere. It sounds horrible.
Do you really think dragons could threaten Skyrim?
It certainly happened in Elsewhere, didn't it? Everyone thought dragons were gone for good, and now the giant lizards are burning villages. Is that what happens if I do nothing?
You've read the reports. What did happen in Elsewhere?
The reports aren't clear about where they came from, just rumors. Some say they were entombed until something woke them up, but Elsewhere doesn't have dragon mounds like we do here. But I think until we know more, why risk an attack?
Okay. Lots of irony there if you've played Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Of course, the whole point of the game is that there's dragons running loose all over Skyrim. So it's a funny, all that dialogue is full of irony.
I'm here! Wait for me! Well, I've made it this far with no catastrophes. That has to count for something, right? Is the area safe? I'm so nervous.
We won't know until we're closer.
Oh, right, of course. You're the one who knows what to do. I brought my dagger in case there are giant bugs or something. I've never stabbed a giant bug before. Is it as icky as it sounds?
Yeah, but it washes off.
Wonderful. So those tales about being dragged into caves and devoured by frostbite spiders are just stories to make children behave?
No, they're not just
Don't
stories.
answer or you'll scare me out of doing this.
Follow me and stay close.
Lead on to the mound.
All right, what are we doing?
I'm not sensing any strange energies. I don't know if that's good or bad. Are you ready to head inside?
Let's go.
We need to go to the center of the mound. That's the best place for my spell. Here we go. Don't worry, everything's fine. I'm not panicking. There. Oh, it worked. At least I think it worked. No rumblings, no explosions, so that's promising. but that spell took a lot out of me. Could you help me out of here? Maybe as far as the road?
Sure, follow me back to the road.
Let's hurry. I don't want to linger here.
I don't blame you. Nobody wants to suddenly deal with a dragon, 10,000-year-old dragon.
Here we
waking up.
are, entirely uneaten. Oh, thank you for your help. I had no idea fieldwork was so invigorating. I can't wait to tell my peers at the Antiquarian Circle all about it.
I belong to the Antiquarian Circle. I'm not sure I remember seeing you.
Oh, really? I'm very new, our latest member. I only joined recently. Anyway, this is wonderful. Imagine the coincidence of my asking you, a fellow member, for help out here.
Did the Circle send you to ward the dragon mounds?
Well, not exactly. Gabrielle made her skepticism quite clear. Is she always that blunt?
Yes.
She told me I could gather information as long as I didn't get directly involved. But I wanted to prove myself to the Circle. I hope I'm not in trouble.
Do you think you should be in trouble?
No! I mean, I don't think so. I took the initiative to deal with something that could be a big threat. That counts for something, right? I have to explain my findings to Gabrielle, and I promise to pay you. So meet me at the Circle.
Alright, I'll see you there. Alright, so luckily we're going back to town anyway. So once I'm in town, I'll go to the bank and get that buff food. That was interesting. I said I'm in the Antiquarian Circle. If I wasn't in the Antiquarian Circle, then I guess there would have been completely different dialogue there. I don't think I've ever tried it to see what she says in that case.
Are we safe? And did you see how much damage the Tower of the Wolf sustained?
You do not want to get on my bad side, trust me.
Ah, you're here! Don't worry, I have your pay. I'm just finishing my notes. Though, if I'm being honest, I'm not as confident as I once was that my theory is correct. How can I really know that my spell worked?
Is there any way to test it?
Not really. My whole theory depends on the idea that a dragon buried in that mound could conceivably rise from the dead. We know necromancers can raise human skeletons, so why not dragons? That's what my ward is supposed to stop.
But you don't know for sure?
No. I researched thoroughly to make it unbreakable, but I just don't know if it worked. I expected some kind of reaction, but there was nothing. I don't know. What do you think? How should I present my findings to the Circle?
Trust yourself. If you believe in your theory, let others know.
You're right. I've always been self-conscious about my ideas. Too many competing scholars back home. But I created a competent ward, and if anyone tries to raise that dragon, they'll fail. I'm sure of it.
We could have also said exercise caution, but I felt like she seems very unsure of herself, and obviously she's done some work to accomplish this, and she ought to be more confident. So that's why I answered that way. What will you do now?
Now, I need to get up the nerve to report my findings. Part of that includes telling Gabrielle that I went against her wishes. Hopefully she'll go easy on me. Thank you for listening, and for all your help.
I wish you luck.
Oh wait, we're not done yet. I promised you compensation for your help.
Yes, you did.
I'm a Breton of my word. I know it's not much, but take this. And may we never see dragons over solitude.
Yeah. Not much chance of that happening. Okay, we got Antiquarians Gloves, part of the Winter's Respite set. And this is level 49. I'm actually going to replace... I'm going to wear
Thank you
these.
for all your advice about the Antiquarian Circle. Who knows? Maybe we'll have another adventure together.
When will you present your findings to Gabrielle?
If I know Gabrielle, I need to spend some time getting my details right. I might even go back out there for some more research. And don't worry, one of the more experienced antiquarians here has offered to help me.
And then?
And then I go brave the lioness in her den. That's a very Breton way of saying I will present my facts and make the case that I'm right. And I am right.
Good. We got to pass down our adventurer wisdom on a young, up-and-coming adventurer. That's good. Alright, now let's see what we've got to do next. Oh, let me go to my bank and get my buff food first.
Well,
I hope you're in.
Alright, we got 20 crown fortifying meals. That should be enough. And I said I was going to wear these. That's what I'm going to do. What about this? Okay, I'm not going to wear that. What else?
Every man has his price.
Bracers?
Mine is 5 gold. I love the smell of pipe.
Okay, don't want any of that. Maybe a lightning staff? Part of the Eternal Vigor set. I would rather have Wizard's Riposte. Okay, so that's all the gear I'm going to wear.
Pleased to see you in solitude, stranger.
Okay, we've got these reward coffers also. Got an Inferno staff of Eternal Vigor. Wow. That does a lot more damage. I hate to give up my Wizard's Riposte staff, but let's take a look at whatever else we've got. Oh, Blackreach Vanguard Shoulders. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. Let's look at the whole set. Blackreach Vanguard. Let's see if I wear the light version. What if I get the whole set? What will this look like?
I seem to be making a lot of enemies lately.
Wow. That's that definitely looks like somebody from the Reach. It's kind of like a barbarian sort of look. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, I'm not even close to having all the pieces though.
I killed a man.
We got a Praxis for a Solitude platform as well. There's not really any way to preview it though. Let me go ahead and take this experience scroll. And now we can look at the zone guide and see what to do next. Find another platform, the Karthald Great Lift. Where's the nearest way shrine? More Cosger way shrine, okay. Right, I'm going to actually go down this one to make sure... Oh, I guess I should have clicked continue exploring first, but that's alright. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that we get the lift on this side of the map, on the bottom side of the map as well. So there's Greymoor Keep Way Shrine. And there's another lift south of it. It's not gonna let me go. Saying I'm in combat with this thing. Okay, now we can go to the lighthouse. This is an interesting point of interest over here. Where am I at on the map? Oh. Okay, I need to go to the Way Shrine. Anyway, this lighthouse in Elder Scrolls V, there's at least one quest, maybe several. I looked it up. But there's no quests in this lighthouse here in the past in Greymoor. Oh, we just missed a Harrow Storm. It's one we've already done, though. No big deal. Here it is. Wolf's Eye Lighthouse. Unfortunately, I have never played Elder Scrolls V all the way to the end. So I've never done the quests in that game, but it would be interesting to play it in both games and see what it's like in each of them. Alright, I got the Western Skyrim Master Explorer achievement. Well, let's see what's next. Alright, it's time to do the first public dungeon, and I'm going to leave that for another episode. I'm going to actually try to create a solo build for that, because that's going to be very difficult. So that's going to be all for this episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time.